Hey, this is Fish on Heater with Tournament Takeaway, where we take a look at a set of Pokemon Go PvP battles and break it down into little bits and pieces, take a look at the decisions we made in the moment, and see what we can learn to bring into future battles and hopefully become better battlers, build that ranking. This was round number 2 of what I call the Slapdash Nightfall Cup, where we did our meta reveal on my Twitch channel, and then we just invited whoever was available to come onto our Discord channel, throw together a team, whatever you thought might work. Don't look into it too hard, and just play a practice tournament. So as you can see, there's the first thing that stands out to me in the team that I picked is that it's very weak to Charm. I've got 3 fighters there. One of them is neutral to Charm because of that fire typing, but it's still going to lose to Charmers. It'll lose to Wigglytuff specifically, but it does have a bit of a better matchup against Ninetales because of that Blaze Kick, Blast Burn, Stone Edge, whatever you want to run with it. Either way, it is a big weakness. I had nothing against Wigglytuff, nothing to fight back against Wigglytuff at all. Lilybear, on the other hand, that seems to be a pretty solid, well-balanced team. Kudos to her. She just took a look at the initial meta. Like, we'd only found out what the meta was like an hour ago, and she's come up with a team that I think is quite good. Let's if you can see any kind of glaring holes in that lineup, then let me know, because I think it's pretty solid. Maybe a bit weak to G-Fisk. She's got Tox for it. And Quagsire will beat it too. So yeah, it's looking pretty solid there. Anyway, let's take a look at the battles. So first up, we've got Pidgeot versus Wigglytuff. Let's see who wins that one. Pidgeot wins with 1 HP left, so that is that's using a rank 1 Pidgeot. So if we drop that HP any further, literally at all, then it's not going to be able to get out this extra Aerial Ace. Interestingly, Gust gives you 12 energy, and Aerial Ace is 45, Brave Bird is 55, so it's building up to a Brave Bird before throwing the Aerial Ace, so it's baiting. That Aerial Ace is a bait, except it only needs the Aerial Ace to KO at the end. In the 2-2 shield, the Wigglytuff is winning, because for some reason it's got the Pidgeot building up a ton of energy. It's at 84 energy, 96. Okay, so in the 2-2 shield, it seems to be building up past 100 energy to try and throw back-to-back Aerial Aces or something, or I don't know. But yeah, I would not take that as like the definitive way to play that. Let's go back to this 1-1. What if we just take Brave Bird out of the equation? Pidgeot's still winning that. It's throwing the Aerial Ace straight away, but it's still winning with that 1 HP left. It is still losing that 2-2, and again, it's tried to build back-to-back Aerial Aces. Okay, so that's really interesting. So, okay, the moral of the story is, unless you've got a rank 1, or one with like the best bulk you can get, you're probably only going to get off 1 Aerial Ace. Just looking at the bulk points here for Pidgeot. If it's got... Wow, that's a lot of bulk points. Oh no, this is Wigglytuff's bulk points. So if we swap that around, I'm going to give Pidgeot Brave Bird back. Here you go, you can have that. Let's swap them around. So these are... Look at that, there's so many breakpoints there and bulk points. Okay, so if the Pidgeot has 109 defense, then it should be able to reach that bulk. Oh yeah, and this rank 1's got 116, so you're pretty likely to have the top bulk point for Pidgeot against Wigglytuff. But yeah, you need that HP. So, like many things, Wigglytuff is gonna win that if it shields once. You can see how much those fast moves are just chunking at each other. And here you go. You can see that it had enough energy there for the second Aerial Ace, but didn't get it off because the Charm won that race. So you need that rank 1 if you want to win that one shield, I think. But not even the... Oh yeah, okay. So you need the rank 1 if you're going to either win that or force the Wigglytuff to shield twice. Alright, so she brings out a Alolan Ninetales. And I just let that Wigglytuff go down because I've got, you might have seen there, I have the Gallade and the Abomasnow. Now, this is tough for me because that Gallade is going to get melted by Charm. Gallade is very glassy, and you know, a Charmer super effective. It's going to just, you know, work magic on the Gallade. So I want my Abomasnow to go in against this Ninetales. Even then, though, I'm not in a good spot because the Weather Ball is resisted by Ninetales. How much does the Weather Ball actually do? Abomasnow, Ninetales. A Weather Ball will do about 20% damage to a Ninetales. Energy Ball is doing a lot better at 50%, but I have to get to that Energy Ball, which is a lot more difficult than getting to the Weather Balls. Weather Ball you get there straight away, but Energy Ball is a lot more difficult, and that Charm is going to be racking up in the meantime. So I'm in a bad spot, but the choice is obvious. I want to take on this Ninetales with the Abomasnow, and if I could have switched actually. No, normally the wisdom is if you switch to counter a Pokemon and they've got their switch available, then they'll just switch out. But I don't know, with Abomasnow being like not particularly great against the Ninetales, then she might have stayed in with that. What did we see first up? There was the Gust. So Pidgeot would have been an interesting matchup against the Abomasnow, but the Pidgeot's gone, so I don't have to worry as much about the Pidgeot coming in. She could have Toxicroak. I know Lilybear. I know she likes Toxicroak, so by switching in my Abomasnow, I risk her bringing in the Tox as her third Pokemon. With that in mind, it's probably better that I just let that Wigglytuff go down. So I bring in Abomasnow straight away. She's got one shield. I go for the bait. Does Ice Beam KO from there? It's coming very, very, very close. I think one more charm from there would have done it. And this is okay for me. So I go for the bait, and she obviously doesn't fall for it. But that means that from there, another weather ball will be enough. I don't need to build up to an energy ball again. I can just throw 2 energy balls and that's fine. 2 weather balls and that's fine. And there is that Tox. And that's just fortunate planning for me, because I didn't switch into the Abomasnow because she might have a Toxicroak in the back, and she did. So if I had switched into the Abomasnow, I would be done. The fact that I waited till the Wigglytuff went down, brought in the Abomasnow then, and had that Gallade at the back, meant that I could get into this situation where Confusion is just going to take out that Toxicroak right there and then. Came very close. Oh, that's right, it was a draw! I remember that now. Yeah, okay. So that's Sludge. That's the thing with Gallade. Like, I really like Gallade for this cup. Gallade's got some fantastic coverage, but it needs shields because that Sludge Bomb took out so much of its HP. Look at this. It was So Sludge Bomb is doing 68% damage, and the counters, which are resisted, are doing 5 damage. And, you know, that's like, I don't know, that's about 5% of the Gallade's HP per counter. For a second there, I was like, what percentage is 5 into 100? Because I'm an idiot. So yeah, that Sludge Bomb nearly lost me the game. It did force a tie, which is incredible. Even though it took three confusions. So we go into match 2. Match 1 is just a tie, which means it's just a complete replay. It's as if it never happened, and we're still on 0-0. So now Pidgeot versus Abomasnow, and this is an interesting one because the Pidgeot's doing super effective damage with the Gust, and will be doing super effective with the Aerial Ace, but in return I'm doing super effective damage with the Powder Snow and the Weather Ball. So who wins that? Looks like Pidgeot. That the thing with powerful fast moves like Gust is that the longer the battle goes, the more in favor it is of the Pokemon with the hard-hitting fast move. So same with I guess Abomasnow versus Wigglytuff. Even though the moves are doing neutral to each other, the longer that battle goes, the more the charm will catch up and finish the job. So looks like, yeah, Pidgeot's winning every 2 shield situation, which makes sense. It's also winning the 1-0. Okay, so it's basically winning every situation in which the Abomasnow has 0 shields and in which it has 2 shields. Abomasnow is winning the rest. So as the Abomasnow, if I want to win this matchup, I have to shield once and hope that the Pidgeot doesn't want to use both of its shields. Having said that, if Lilybear did want to use both of her shields on Pidgeot, not the end of the world, because suddenly I've got a Gallade which has a shield behind it and can really punish Pokemon that don't have shields. And then I got the Medicham in the back, which is neither here nor there really. I think I was running Ice Punch Psychic on that Medicham. We'll find out. So here comes my second Weather Ball. And she does not shield. That takes out a huge chunk of damage. It's 51% damage, Weather Ball on a Pidgeot. And each Powder Snow is doing 7 damage, which is a decent amount. And now Toxicroak comes out to finish the job. Here comes my Gallade. She switches out to Ninetales, and whoops! Problem. So, I was running Ice Punch Psychic. Now, I probably placed too much value on the double strat, which I've talked about before. You have two Pokemon in the back that kind of fill the same role, and you draw out the counter for one of them, leaving the other one free to do its work without having to worry about a counter in the back. For that to work, you do need to switch into one of your counters. That Bomb Snow goes down, and then all I've got left is 2 fighters, which are going to get crushed by the Ninetales. But all is not lost. So what happens is, this is probably a really important lesson for those who aren't quite confident enough in getting out of situations that you're being countered. I'm about to talk about this, but I don't know if I actually managed to pull it off. So I bring in the Gallade here. How many confusions does it get off? 1, 2. Okay, so 2 confusions there. It's 1 more towards a Leaf Blade. I then bring in Medicham, and I build up to a Psychic. Now, what that's going to do is either it's going to knock out that Ninetales, or it's going to force Lilybear to use her second shield. In that case, at that point I have 2 shields to 0, and that Gallade is in the back with its 1 confusion away from a Leaf Blade. So I throw the Psychic. Lilybear shields, which of course she would, because she has realized that, okay, I've got a Charmer and my opponent has 2 fighters left. If I keep this thing conscious, then I should win. So she shields that, and that leaves her defenseless now. The fact that I have 2 shields is not really that consequential to the course of the battle, because she's got just Pokemon that are all fast move dependent. So the shields aren't really coming into play. The Tox does pressure some shields, but the Ninetales and the Pidgeot don't really pressure shields very much. So really, the fact that I've got this the 2 shield advantage now, all it does is allow me to kind of carry out my plan. So out comes Gallade again, and it just takes 1 more confusion to get to that Leaf Blade. The Leaf Blade knocks out the Ninetales, and then all she's got is Tox again. Even if she'd made it to a charge move on either the Ninetales or the Toxicroak, or both, I've got the 2 shields there, which could have, it would have stopped her being able to flip that matchup. So even though I had the Ninetales in there against my 2 fighters, I managed to flip that using good, shield and energy management. So I won battle number 1, quote unquote. Here's battle number 2. Okay, not the best lead for me. Not entirely the worst either. So obviously Stunfisk does win that matchup, but Frostlass can take a chunk of it out before it goes down. Stunfisk. So those Powder Snows are doing 4 damage per attack, as opposed to Mudshot doing 3. Let's see if there's any bulk or breakpoints. There is. So if you want to get a Frostlass that is at 130 attack, then you'll be doing 5 Powder Snow five damage per Powder Snow, as opposed to the 4. You are sacrificing bulk for that though, so I don't know if that's worth it or not. It's totally up to you. And interestingly, you can reach a bulk point on the Frostlass, which is only allowing 2 damage per Mudshot. I'm going to go ahead and give the Frostlass its attack weighting and see if that flips anything. Frostlass is just winning the 2-0 and the 1-0 with the attack weighting. And it's winning the 2-1 with the defense weighting. So the bulk weighting. So you want the bulk weighting there. An Avalanche will do 37% damage to a Stunfisk. The Shadow Ball will do 42% damage. The Avalanche is giving you better DPE, 1.48 versus 1.36. So you probably want to... in general, you want to throw the Avalanche unless you know that the next charge move you throw will be its last, in which case you want to throw the Shadow Ball, essentially. So I've got the double fighter again, and this time I've gone with the Blaziken, which will have a better matchup against the Ninetales. The Stunfisk gets to the Rock Slide before I can get to the Avalanche, and I decide to shield once. A Rock Slide will do 54% damage, so I can tank 1 Rock Slide if that's what I want to do, if I want to preserve that shield. And now here comes the Blaziken. Oh, and she switches out Frostlass, so this is tough for her. She's gonna need to use her shields herself. Who gets to the Blaze Kick or Avalanche first? So let's go Blaziken. Swap that around because I like putting my own Pokemon on the left. And I was running Blast Burn there. So in a fresh fight, the Avalanche is coming first. It's 8 energy for Powder Snow, 7 energy for counter. Avalanche is 45 energy, Blaze Kick 40 energy. So it's taking 6 counters to get to... No, it is 7. It's 7 counters to get to a Blaze Kick. And 8:45, it's taking you... Six Powder Snows to get to an Avalanche. So I could have just counted up there. That's fine. So it's taking you 2 extra counters to get to that Blaze Kick. Oh, and actually what I'll also check before I go too far into this is how much these moves are doing. So Blaze Kick doing 63% damage. And it's 5 damage per counter. So I think you only need to land one. But that Shadow Ball is going to get you first. So the Blaze Kick is taking you down to... On a rank 1, it's taking you down to 13. So a Blaze Kick plus the counters is not enough to KO a Frostlass. Avalanche is going to do 48% damage because it's resisted. So if the Frostlass just hit you with an Avalanche, then you would win that matchup. Even just straight Avalanche, looks like Frostlass is winning the all the 2-shield situations, which is good to know. So if you're running a Frostlass and you find yourself trapped in against a Blaziken, you know that you can win that by shielding twice on the Frostlass. Now, I've shielded this, probably... now, interesting. Okay, so... I'm gonna lose this matchup anyway, right? But... it's probably better that I shield that, because now the next Avalanche she throws is gonna KO me. Which means that... because we just established that Avalanche from the Frostlass will do 48% damage. So it's going to leave the Blaziken with a little bit of health left. That means that the Frostlass can farm down, get up more energy. What I want to do is not allow that Frostlass to have energy to throw at the next Pokemon. So I shield that, and that causes the Frostlass to have to go for another Avalanche, which will KO me, and then it's at 0 energy. And it really does have to throw it as soon as it gets it, or it's allowed to farm up 1 extra Powder Snow before throwing the Avalanche, because otherwise that Blaze Kick is going to come through and get there first. The Blaziken will definitely win CMP against the Frostlass. Oh, hang on. Well, how did I get there first? Did she overfarm? Is that what happened there? So I throw the Blaze Kick. I'm at almost 0 energy. And I should have been counting how many Powder Snows she was throwing. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she's at an Avalanche already. And she throws it straight away. And so, how much energy is she at now? So, 4, 48, 45, 3. She's at 3 energy left. 3, 4, 5, 6... So now she's... and then she lets it go. Okay, curious. Never mind. I don't know what I was looking at just then. I was wondering how my Blaziken got there first. So let's see. If I get to the first Blaze Kick, I'm at 40. I'm at 2 energy left, and then it still takes 7 counters to get to the next one, doesn't it? Yeah. How did I don't know. I don't know how I got to that bloody Blaze Kick first. She had that avalanche ready. And I won CMP. So you can see how much damage that charm is doing, even though it's neutral against the Blaziken. And now, because she's got no shields left, out comes the Shadow Ball. And can I farm it down? I can, and now you're about to see how much... Oh, okay, no, you're not about to see how much damage that, that avalanche does. Look at how much damage that Earthquake did. I can survive it, but the Leaf Blade is enough to take out that Stunfisk. How much damage does a Leaf Blade do to a Stunfisk? Leaf Blade's doing, wow, 27%, so just over a quarter, and Earthquake is doing 75% damage. Rock Slide only doing a quarter, so I can tank a couple of Rock Slides just fine. Close Combat's going to do 74% damage, interestingly. And how much does Confusion do? Confusion's 9 damage, which is a lot. That's a fair chunk. So, that's me winning Battle 2. I'm now 2 battles up, and this is just the courtesy 3rd battle. Frostlass versus Stunfisk again. So that Stunfisk built up a bit of energy, and I did not even see how much it built up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. It's up to a Rock Slide and a bit. I believe that was the Blast Burn I threw. Just because I knew I wasn't going to get to another charge move. And so again, I've got the Gallade there. That Gallade wants shields to be down. So I've burned 1 shield by using the Blast Burn. I'm going to bring out the Frostlass on the next one. And hit it with the Avalanche. I have to use shields myself, but as we know, that Stunfisk has energy on it, and that energy will hurt if it lands on the Gallade. So I've got to be careful using these shields. Am I gonna use both of them here, or am I gonna save one? Am I gonna have to make that decision? The Aerial Ace comes through and doesn't even take it into the green, so I'm in a pretty safe position. I throw the Avalanche, and she lets it go because that Pidgeot's almost fainted, and now here's that situation where I know I'm not going to get to another charge move, so I just go straight for the Shadow Ball. Interestingly, she did try and throw the Rock Slide before I got out that Avalanche, but looks very much like Frostlass is winning CMP there. Yeah, look, rank 1 Stunfisk is 99.9 attack as opposed to the 120 for Frostlass, and I don't think there is any situation where Stunfisk overtakes. No, even the attack weighted, so maximizing the attack as much as you can, it only gets up to 108. So Frostlass is always winning that CMP. And it looks like she just tried to farm, and just held on one too long. Because I got off the Shadow Ball, and she didn't shield, which is interesting. So, maybe she doesn't have Tox in the back, because she's got to expect that I brought the Gallade. She probably maybe has a Alolan Ninetales in the back, or have we already seen the Alolan Ninetales? Man, I am losing it. Okay, so I'm just not taking any chances with this. It's just a Rock Slide, so I would have been fine with that, and it is a Alolan Ninetales. Now, I'd just go ahead and try and build up to 2 leaf blades, because I know that, and that was excellent work on her part there. She recognized that she needed shields on the Ninetales in the back, so she let that Frostlass go. She didn't shield the Stunfisk, so she kept those shields for the Ninetales, and it forced me to have to build up to a second Leaf Blade to have to take out that Ninetales, which, you know, the power of Charm, that's not going to allow that to happen. That Charm's going to take me out before I can get to a second Leaf Blade. So that is it for this battle. I hope you learned something from it. If you liked it and you learned from it, please do me a favor and like the video, comment with your own opinions on what's happening, subscribe, share the video. The more traction we get with these videos, the more that the more reason I'll have to keep on doing them. So I hope to see you in the next video.